Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Now, today we are going to start with the lecture of Information Technology for Standard 12. Chapter name is Advanced JavaScript. In this chapter, we are going to study about programming questions for online exam. We are going to see the list of programming questions which may, which are very important for your online exam. Okay, so here is the list of programming questions which may come in your exam. The first question is you're supposed to write down the JavaScript program to display the series of natural numbers till 50. The another one is you need to write down the JavaScript program to check whether the given number is odd or even. Okay, then third one is for this second one you need to accept the value from the user, and then you need to suppose you are supposed to check whether the given number or accepted number is odd or even. Now in third program, you need to display the series of odd numbers between 50 to 70 and series of even numbers between 50 to 70. These two questions are very much similar, okay? Just a difference in the condition. Okay, now next question number 5 is you need to display the sum of all the natural numbers till 50. Okay, you need to display the sum of all the natural numbers till 50. That means you need to display the total sum of numbers between 1 to 50. Okay, then question number 6, sum of odd numbers between 1 to 50, and 7 is sum of even numbers between 1 to 50. Now 8th and 9th, in 8th question you need to display the factorial of 7. That means the number is given to you, you just need to calculate the factorial of the given number. Okay, and in question number 9 you need to display the factorial of accepted number. So in this you need to first accept the number from the user to calculate the factorial of that number. Okay, next question number 10 is you need to display the Fibonacci series. What is this Fibonacci series? I'll explain you when I am going to when I will show you the program. At that time I'll explain you what is this Fibonacci series. Okay, now in question number 11 you need to display the reverse of a string. Okay, you need to accept the string from the user, and then you need to reverse that string, accepted string. Okay, now 12th one is you need to check whether the number or string is palindrome or not. Okay, palindrome means uh, it is same from the starting and from the ending. Okay, like dad, dad, if you read it from the starting, it pronounced like the same when you read it from the back. Okay, question number 13 is swapping of a number. In this question you need to write down the program to swap the numbers. Swapping means exchange. Okay, that means you need to exchange the numbers, like the value of a and value of b. You need to exchange these numbers, you need to swap the numbers. Okay, question number 14, swapping of a number without third variable. Now in this you don't require any third variable, you just need two variables a and b. Okay, 15 is area of a circle. You need to display the area or calculate the area of a circle. You need to calculate the area of a triangle. You need to calculate the area of a rectangle and area of square. In these four examples you need to remember the formula of all these areas. Okay, you need to remember the formula of area of circle, area of triangle, area of rectangle and area of square. Okay, so now today we are going to start with the first question, that is series of natural numbers till 50. Okay, now question is write JavaScript event driven program. You need to write down the event driven program to display series of natural numbers till 50. So in this question you need to display the natural numbers, you need to display a series of numbers till 50. That means from 1 to 50 you need to display all the natural numbers. Okay, now see here what is natural number. Natural numbers are all positive numbers or integers, or you can say the whole numbers, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 like this. Okay, these all these are natural numbers, the positive numbers. Now there are two steps to d- create this program. There are two steps to write down the coding for this program. The first step is to create a button and use an event. Okay, in this first step you need to create a button to call the event. Okay, now see how to create it. first I have taken doc type HTML. Why I have taken this doc type HTML? Because we are using HTML5, right? You need to write down all the programs in your exam using HTML5. Okay, so this is the compulsory tag if you're using HTML5. If you're creating or if you're writing your program in HTML5, then this is the compulsory tag which you need to specify in the starting of all the program. Okay, after this HTML, this is what HTML is, the starting tag of any web page. Okay, when you are writing or when you are creating a web page, this is the starting tag, that is HTML, which shows that this is a web page. Okay, then after that a body tag. This is the compulsory tag. If you want to display anything on the screen, then this tag is compulsory tag. Okay, a body tag. So in this tag, first I have displayed h1. H1 means it is the heading, highest level of heading. I have displayed the highest level of heading. In this, I have displayed a message like series of natural numbers till 50. So it will display a line as series of natural numbers till 50 in highest level of heading. Okay, and after that I have created one button. Okay, so I'm using button tag here. I'm not using any form tag. I'm not using any input tag. I'm directly using button tag. This button tag is a part of HTML5. You can write this button tag in HTML5. It is supported only by HTML5. In previous version, there is no tag used as button tag. Okay, so this is supported by HTML5. So you need to write HTML5 syntax first. Okay, so button tag, in this button tag what I am doing, I am calling an event. This is an event. Okay, in this event I already explained you that in event there are two things. One is the event handler and another one is what? Another one is the action taken on that event handler. Okay, so first one is event handler. So this on click is an event handler, and this is the function which I want to call. So this is the action taken on this event handler. Okay, so on click is what? When I click on the button, right? As I have written this on click in a button tags. So that means when I click on the button, then what will happen? It will call a function name as NAT, that is natural 1. Okay, this is the function which I want to call after clicking on a button. Got it? Now, what is the label on the button? Click to display series of natural numbers. This is the label on the button. Okay, and then closing of button tag. So button tag starts with button followed by the message what you want to display on the screen, and then closing with the button tag. Okay, and in this button you need to specify what action you want to perform. So you need to specify an event here. Again, event is uh, containing two part. First one is event handler and second one is the action taken on that event handler. Okay, so this is the event handler and this is the action which I want to take on this event. Got it? So this is the first part. Now second part is what? You need to create a function. I have specified the I have specified the button and I have specified that when I click on this button, a function is going to be called. That is, the name of that function is N81, right? So now I need to specify the function also, that if the function is called then it should exist, right? So I need to create the function. So how to create a function? As I already explained you that function is of two type. One is a user defined function and another one is a built-in function. Here we are going to design the function. That is, we are using user defined function. Okay, and it is a part of what? Script tag. So here the script starts with script tag and ends at script tag only. Okay, and in that script we are going to define a function by using function keyword. This is the keyword which specifies that we are creating a new function. Okay, so this function is what? It is a keyword to specify the function. Okay, to tell the computer that we are creating a user defined function, we require this keyword. It is a compulsory keyword if you're creating a function. Okay, then this is the name of the function which I have already called here. See, this name and the name which I am using here, these two names should be the same. If there is any difference between this name and the calling name, okay, then this will create the error and it will never call the function. If there is any mistake in this name, okay, in this name and in this name, so these two names should be the same. It is very important to write the same name while in calling the function and while the declaration of the function. Okay, so this is very important. Now after that, the function block starts with curly bracket and ends with curly bracket. See here, this is the function block starting with the curly bracket and ends with the curly bracket. So this is the function block. Okay, and the limit of these things are from here, from this curly bracket to this curly bracket. Okay, now in this, what we need to display, we need to display all the natural numbers between 1 to 50. Okay, so the starting number is 1 and the ending number is 50, correct? Okay, see students, here we are going to do the practical example. Okay, so for we will take this for loop to continue these statements, to display these statements for the number of times. Okay, so here the loop starts with I is equal to 1. That means the first value which I want to display is 1. Okay, so the value of I is first time 1. Got it? And I is less than or 50. That means the last value till where I want to perform this action, till 50 numbers. So when this condition is true, it will perform the action. If this condition is false, then it will stop the action and come out of the loop. Okay, so the last value is this is the condition. I is less than or equal to 50. I need to check this condition every time. Okay, and then the last one is I plus plus. That means I am going to add one number in this every time. Okay, so initial value is I is equal to 1. Okay, I is less than or equal to 50. First time it will initialize the value, that is I is equal to 1, and then it will check the condition whether the condition is true or false. That means 1 is less than or equal to 50. Is it true or false? It is true, right? 1 is less than or equal to 50. This condition is true. So it will come inside the for loop first. Okay, after this it will come inside the for loop and it will display by using document.write method. It will display the value of I. What is the value of I? The value of I is 1, right? And then it will give a line break here. See, after this it will give a line break and it will come in next line. Okay, and then it will come here again. The value of I is incremented by 1. I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. Got it? So here the value of I is incremented by 1. 1 is added into this I value. The previous value was 1. Now 1 is added. That means the value of I is now 2. Okay, so then it will check the condition again. 2 is less than or equal to 50. The condition is right. 2 is less than or equal to 50. The condition is right. So it will come inside the for loop again and will display document.write the value of I. What is the value of I? Now the value of I is 2. And after that it will give a line break 2. See, here is the line break, right? BR tag is used to give a line break. So it will give a line break again. Okay, and it will come in next line. Then again it will increment the operator by 1. Then the value of I will be 3, right? 2 plus plus means 2 is equal to 2 plus 1. So the value of I is now 3. Then it will come here and check the condition that the 3 value of I is 3. 3 is less than or equal to 50. The condition is true. It will come inside and will display the value of I, that is 3, correct, and give a line break 2. Okay, and then it will come again here. The value of I will become 4. Why? Because I is equal to I plus 1. The value of I is 3 then 3 is equal to 3 plus 1, the value of I will become 4. Okay, so it will check the condition again. 4 is less than or equal to 50. The condition is right. It will come inside the loop and will display the value of I. Now, what is the value of I? 4, and it will give a line break too, because I have written a break BR tag here inside. Okay, and this plus sign is what? This plus sign is used to concat two values. Concat means to join two values. Here the value of I is displaying on the screen, and a break, line break, is also there, right? So I need to join these two statements by using plus sign. Got it? So here the program ends and body tag, script tag and HTML tag closes at the end. Now see the program. Okay, in Notepad, see, this is the program. HTML, doc type HTML, HTML body, series of natural numbers. This is the value which I want to display on the screen with a button. Okay, the value of this button is click to display series of natural numbers. This is the label on the button, and this is an event where on click is an event handler, and net one is what? It is an action which I want to take. This is a function which I want to call after clicking on a button. Okay, then after this, when this line executes, it will call a function net1. So here it is the function net1. Okay, so to declare the function, I require a compulsory keyword, that is function. It specifies that I am creating a user defined function. I am declaring a function here by using function keyword. Okay, then after this, a function block. This block starts with here, from here till here. Okay, and in this block, what I am going to do, I am first going to display a heading as natural numbers till 50. This is the heading which will come first, and then after that a for loop. This is the for loop which I have explained you. This for loop is for what? To display the natural numbers between 1, the initial value is 1, to 50, the last value is 50. So I need to check the condition till 50 numbers. Okay, so see students here. Okay, it will display 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 like this. Last number will be 50. Okay, after displaying this 50 number, it will give a line break, right, and will come here in the for loop I plus plus. Now 50 plus 1 is 51. So here it will check the condition 51 is less than or equal to 50. The condition will become false, right? So if the condition is false, it will come out of the for loop and will execute the further statements. If there is no statement, it will end the program here only. Okay, so this is the program. Now we will see the output, how it is displaying the natural numbers. Okay, now see, this is the page which I have created. See the program again. This is the page which I have created with a message or heading, series of natural numbers, and a button, right? So this is the heading, series of natural numbers till 50, and this is what? A button. Okay, this is a button. The message on this button is click to display series of natural numbers, right? So see here, click to display a series of natural numbers. Got it? This is the label which I have displayed here in between opening and closing of the button tag. Got it? Now what will happen when I click on this button? So I have written on click is equal to nat1. So it will call a function nat1 when I click on the button. Okay, and in this function it will execute a for loop. It will first display the heading, and then it will execute the for loop and will display the series of natural numbers. See here, when I click on this, it will call a function and it will display a heading natural numbers till 50, and it will display the list of natural numbers between 1 to 50, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 like this till 50. Last number will be 50. Got it? I hope you have understood this. Just see the program once again. This is the program where there are two steps. First step is to create the button and call the event, and second step is to write the script. Okay, in this script you need to write down the function, you need to specify the function, Okay, what you want to do, you need to specify that in this function. Okay, see this program, doc type HTML. It is a compulsory tag which you need to specify every time when you are writing the program in HTML5. Okay, then HTML tag, body tag, it is a compulsory tag. When you are writing a web page, when you are creating a web page, these two tags are compulsory. Then H1 is highest level of heading. Okay, then button tag is used to create a button on the screen. On click is equal to nat1, this is an event. Okay, where on click is an event handler and nat1 is the function which I need to call when this event occurs. Okay, and this is the label on the button. This is what it is, a label on the button. Okay, then script starts where I have declared a function with the function keyword. It is a user defined function. We are defining this function, right? So it is a user defined function. When you are creating a user defined function, the function keyword is compulsory at that time. Okay, remember this, the function keyword is compulsory if you're creating a user defined function. Okay, so here is the declaration of the function. So it will come with the function keyword and the name should be the same which you have written here while calling of this function. These two names should be the same. Okay, and then I have displayed one heading tag. So to display anything on the screen in JavaScript, you need to write that statement between this document.write method. Okay, so this is the method. Write is a method of document object which is used to display the things or the message which you want to display, which you are writing between this opening and closing of the quotes. It is used to display this message on the screen. Okay, then after this a for loop is there. For loop is used to repeat the statements. Okay, so we need to repeat the statements, right? We need to first display 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So the statement is repeating every time. Document dot write, this statement is repeating every time. So we will take this statement in a for loop. We will write this statement in a for loop. Okay, only what is going to be changed, this value is going to be changed. So for this we use for loop. Okay, in this for loop there are three sections. First one is I is equal to 1. This is the initial value. You have to specify, or you have to um, tell the computer that the initial value is 1. That means your loop starts with 1. The first value is 1. Okay, and then I is less than or equal to 50. This is the condition which I need to check. Okay, that means the last value is 50. Okay, this is the condition. And then I plus plus, I plus plus is what, increment or decrement. Okay, if you are incrementing operator, if you are incrementing the value, that means if you are adding the value, so you need to write down I plus plus. If you are decreasing the value, then you need to write down I minus minus. Okay, I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. Got it? I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. And after that, in this loop, what I need to display, document.write, right? We need to write down document.write every time when we are displaying the value. Like if you want to display 1, then you need to write down document.write in bracket 1, then document.write 2, document.write 3. So this statement is repeating every time till 50 times, right? So better than that, better to avoid that repetition, you need to specify that statement in for loop. Okay, then in this for loop, what we are going to display, the value of I. So here the value of I is incrementing every time. First time the value of I is 1, then it will become 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, like this till 50. Correct? And every time you need to write down the break tag. Why? Because first we will display 1 and then a break, then in next line we need to display 2, then in next line we need to display 3. So every time we are using br tag, right? So uh, to avoid repetition, we put this br tag in the same for loop. Okay, so this is the end of the program. At the end you need to close the script, and then after that you need to close the body tag and html tag. So here the program ends. If you have any doubt, please note it down in your book. In next lecture, we are going to see how to check the accepted number is odd or even. This is the second program which we are going to see in next lecture. So today we are going to stop here only. Thank you so much.